Thank you so much for watching Virginia This Morning live right here on CBS 6. Our next guest is an attorney turned food writer, a blogger, and a cookbook author. Happy to share her love of Italian food in her new book, From Courtroom to Cucina.
Permission to approach the bench and all that food. All right, so I get this, I think. So obviously you spent a lot of time in your life learning the law, but at the same time you were learning to cook growing up in an Italian family. Did I get it even close to right?
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Jess. Yes, I'm a foodie by birth. I'm a lawyer by trade.
Good, good.
Danielle Caminiti joins us this morning. She's got a 3-course suggested dinner for Valentine's Day. Danielle, you're going to show us how it's done. This one you say is easy to do. What's on the menu?
Sure. So Valentine's Day is all about either spoiling the one you love or spoiling yourself. And whether that's going out to a restaurant, that's fine too. But here, you don't have to wait for a reservation and you don't have to take an Uber. So I've prepared 3 courses. The first one is lavender burrata mushroom bruschetta. That's a mouthful. And it is a wonderful way. I'll just hold it up here. It's a wonderful way to repurpose a baguette that's on its way out or a loaf of Italian bread that's on its way out. And basically, it is just creaminess. I don't know if you're familiar with burrata, but it's a mozzarella encased with cream inside and stracciatella. It is delicious. So I've prepared that with a lavender balsamic on top, like a glaze. And you can put whatever balsamic that you prefer. It is delicious. So then after that, we have a rigatoni alla vodka arrabbiata, which is basically a spicy vodka sauce with rigatoni and grated Parmigiano Reggiano on top, because how could you really go wrong with some of that? Yeah. So that is sweet and spicy, and everybody really enjoys it. Valentine's Day is not really a day to watch carbs and calories. We have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for that. Then after that, we might want to have some, I had prepared a steak with chimichurri sauce and baked potato, cream spinach. The star of the show is really the chimichurri sauce, which is an Argentinian pesto with cilantro, parsley, red wine vinegar, extra virgin olive oil, shallot, garlic, salt, pepper, and chili pepper. And it is divine. You can put it on chicken, you can put it on grilled fish or veggies. It really levels up any kind of main course. And then after that, we can't really talk about Valentine's Day unless we talk dessert, right? It's all about strawberries and chocolate. So I've prepared a strawberry Nutella creme brulee, which is a little twist on the traditional creme brulee or our favorite French dessert, which is right here.
Wow, some great suggestions, Danielle. And that's what it's all about. I said earlier, sometimes the hardest part is coming up with the ideas for the meal.
This is some heavy eating we're doing here. I tell you. You're like, well, maybe we'll get romantical tomorrow night. Let's start with that bread, because that is a chunk of bread. You said you were doing a baguette that you were trying to make use of. That looks almost like a meal itself for some folks. I mean, that's pretty hearty.
Yes, it is, and it's perfect because you don't really need the bread itself. You don't have to make it on a bruschetta. You can even just put the burrata with the sauteed mushrooms and shallots and have it on a salad if you like to make it lighter. But it's really a continuation of the Super Bowl the day before, so why not make it a 2-day eating fest?
This is true. We'll just start now. Start now and pace it out.
Work our way up to it.
Danielle, you mentioned attorney by trade and foodie by birth. You've had the opportunity, I think, to be in a family who celebrates food and really can make the most of their time in the kitchen. What have you learned along the way, maybe tricks of the trade to get something like this together? Because this can be so overwhelming for folks to step in and they're reading a recipe. What are some of your tricks?
Sure. Well, I have 0 formal culinary training. As I said, I'm a lawyer by trade. So with the pandemic, I really went from courtroom to cucina, which is the name of my cookbook. I have just learned by osmosis, by watching my grandparents in the kitchen and really just appreciating food and passion for cooking. And if this pandemic taught us anything, it's how to be self-sufficient, right? And learn and reinvent ourselves in some way. And you don't have to be a pro or have anything really chefy in your kitchen to make a quality meal. You can improvise a lot. So I would say for most people, And in my book, I go into the basic tools that people need to create a quality meal at home. And you'd be surprised at once you start getting into the groove of cooking and you make one quality meal, you kind of inspire some confidence in yourself and you want to do it over and over again. So I would just say, don't strive for perfection, just strive to have fun with it and to really enjoy what you're doing.
You know, I think maybe I'm going to object here to that last comment. You said you didn't have formal training, and then you followed that up with you watched your grandparents who were Italian in the kitchen, and you absorbed it. That's probably the best training you could get, I would think, because that is the real, genuine article made the way that, you know, it's been passed down to your family, and whether or not that's the way it's served in a restaurant or not. And obviously you took an interest in it, and maybe the pandemic brought that back out a little bit.
You're 100% right. University of Nana and College of Grandma, you can't beat that training. But it's never really formalized or written down. It wasn't really quantified. It was kind of a sprinkle of this and a pinch of that and a punch of that. So that was what was challenging for me self-publishing my cookbook, in that, and I may not make a recipe the same way multiple times. So it's really just having fun with it, tasting, having your family be the tasters or the jury, so to speak, and just having a great time, enjoying it.
That's right. That lesson there is that Nana and grandmother, they just got in there and they did it. That's the lesson to extract from it. Danielle, your site is haveyoucoveredinthekitchen.com. Congratulations on the cookbook, and thanks for sharing these ideas.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Looks
Have a great
beautiful.
Valentine's Day.
Beautiful and delicious. Stay tuned. There's much more Virginia This Morning to enjoy coming up in less than 3 minutes, including our popular Everywhere You Are segment.